What's going on, you lot? Hope you're all good. Welcome back to yet another video. Today I'm going to be editing your photos. That's right, your photos. I put it out on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago, pitching a video idea to edit your photos, and the response was insane. I've had such a hard time narrowing these photos down. You lot are just so talented. Before I get into the editing, I just want to give a huge thank you to everyone that submitted a photo. I'm hoping to do this once a month, so follow my Instagram to find out when I'm next taking submissions. Okay, enough waffling, let's get into the editing. The first photo we're going to take a look at was submitted by Kilby Media of this massively underexposed Ford Fiesta ST with a nice sunset vibe and a cute little couple sat in the background probably having a little picnic. Straight off the bat, what I want to do to this photo is massively emphasize the sunset, and I kind of like the silhouette vibes, so we're trying to keep as much as that as we can. First of all, I'm going to crop this 4x5. All these photos are going to be cropped 4x5 for Instagram apart from one, which is a landscape. Yeah, kind of straight. Okay, so first of all, we're going to pull up the exposure to see what we're working with. That's not straight. Bring up the temp. I'm going to really emphasize that sunset. I'll drop this exposure back down now. Roughly about there. Play with the tone curve a little bit. Down the mids, bring down the highlights. Bring up the shadows a little bit. Nice, okay, cool, okay. So the highlights down a bit more. Shadows, we'll leave them where they are. Straight to the HSL. Boost that orange. Make it a little bit darker. Boost the red. Boost the yellow. Make all them a little bit darker. Also going to boost the blues in the car. Make them a bit brighter. Back up vibrance. We're going to make that orange really pop. Yeah, a bit more saturation. Yeah, I like that. Let's see if we can get something out of this sky. Drop down a gradient filter. Warm that up. Make sure it looks orange and not too weird. Nice, that'll do, I like that. Okay, so let's see if we can make the car stand out a little bit more. Radial filter over that. Drop the exposure a little bit. Could warm that up as well, really emphasize the sunset. Bit of shadows in there, nice. So we'll duplicate this, duplicate, invert, reset these, bit of exposure, cool the car off a little bit, give it a bit of contrast. Okay, getting there. Little boost of exposure, shadows out a fraction, crush the blacks a little bit. Bit of clarity, a bit of texture, dehaze, do we need any? Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Cool, yeah, like that. It was a quick edit, nice. Okay, moving on to the second photo of a nice R32 Skyline shot by my boy Downforce Media. Local lad from the old South Yorkshire, repping the ends. Straight up with a 4x5, straighten this up. Excited to edit this actually. This is a me shot, this grungy little urban car park. So in this photo what we're going to do is we're going to make it like really grungy, really dark, really moody, emphasis completely on the car, and we'll darken everything else around it. Bring the exposure up to see what we're working with. Okay, nice. Take the shadows out of the car. Crush the blacks a bit. Put these on for later. So probably going to take out that blue, darken the foreground, reduce exposure, take the highlights out. Nice, come together, duplicate that bad boy, invert it. Bring the car back. Shadows, not too many shadows. Black car struggle with shadows. You make them look a little bit weird if you get rid of too many shadows in black cars. clarity on the car. And then I don't think we're far off. Bit of clarity in the car, really grungy. See if we can we highlight anything else? Is there any more colours that we can highlight? Car looks good, got a nice hit of light here. Should we exaggerate that a little bit? Little sun hit. Coming from this side. Sun hit, light hit, I should say. Cool that off. Yeah, like it, nice. This next photo was submitted to me by my dear old friend Baz for this white bag day 3 in a nice little location with some RGB lights. Straight off the bat, kind of unsure what to do with this photo, whether to push the RGB and make it really bright and really punchy, or try and take some of the RGB out of the car and bring the car back to white. Not too sure. We'll try and bring the car back as best we can, as well as retaining some of the RGB colours and try and make them a bit more punchy. Let's give this a try. Okay, 4x5, get that crop going, get rid of this ugly bench. Okay, nice, that'll do, that'll do. Bit of exposure. Highlights up, shadows out. Do something with the wheels as well. Whites up, try and get some of that car back. Bit of clarity, it'll desaturate everything. Vibrance down, because we want to bring the colour out the car, but we still want a bit of saturation. Try and get those lights popping. No fade, no fade. Shadows are good. For now, mids will pop them. Not there, about there. I'd say for now. Highlights again, we'll boost them a little bit. Okay, so the RGB, bit of saturation. Yeah, want that, want that, want that. So the blues are just leaking on the car here. We'll try and get rid of that one, but we'll try and keep the purple. Boost the purple, boost the magenta. Blues out, greens. I don't think there's any aqua. No, they're good. Luminance, full. Darken these off. Fraction, orange up. Yep, yellow down. Yep, nice. Okay, cool. Purple. We'll brighten the purple a bit. And we'll brighten the blue a bit. Okay, cool. Okay, let's try and make this car look less muddy. Exposure down, not too much. Duplicate. Slide it over, invert. Bit of exposure, bit of clarity. Take some saturation out, boost the whites. Drop the blacks. Okay, so that's gone really noisy. We'll put some noise reduction in there, it's looking better. Might use them in a... Okay, so still quite noisy. Don't look too bad there though. Bring some detail back in the wheels. Exposure in there. Okay, nice. I might just darken the whole image slightly. Put a bit more contrast in there. I think that's alright for a quick edit. Brought a lot of the car back, brought a lot of whites back. Maybe if we try and darken things a little bit more, make it stand out. Still got the RGB in, still got a bit of purple, got rid of a bit of the blue there, still got a little purple overhang. See if we can get rid of... That's what best we're going to do for a quick edit. The next photo submitted was by Capturedsouth Photography of this lovely M4, beautifully captured roller. Everything is nice and in focus, that should be in focus, with some nice motion blur from having that shutter open for 1/50th of a second. I think this photo deserves a really moody and dramatic edit. Well, that's what I am airing towards anyway, so let's see what we can come up with. Maybe drops exposure down a little bit, highlights down. I want to really emphasize that sky. Shadows up a fraction, put them blacks in. Clarity, bit of clarity. Dehaze, want some dehaze. Bit of texture. So shadows down. We'll leave the mids up a bit actually, highlights down. Create a nice little S. We'll bring back the car in a minute. Right, sky. Oh, the colours are pretty much out there already. No blues, really dramatic. We'll get that really dark. Change the hue of the bushes to a more orangey autumny look. I don't really like greens in photos, so that's what you're gonna get. Change that reg plate too much actually, a big telltale sign. Yeah, that's about right. Cool, okay. Darken this sky. Darken that sky a bit more, a bit of dehaze in there. Too much bit of clarity, take some colour out. Radio filter over the car, nice and dark. Duplicate, invert, bit of exposure, bit of shadows, bit of clarity. Keep the blacks in, bit of contrast. Noise out if there is any. Bit of saturation, and yeah, that is very moody, maybe too moody actually. Put a bit of exposure back in the photo. That looks good. Nice moody edit. The next photo up for editing was submitted by a photographer known as Enso Works with this Bumblebee Yellow M3. This photo doesn't need a lot. All I want to do is emphasize the color of the car, highlight it and get rid of a few distractions like the car in the background. So let's just crack on with it. We'll try and crop out that car in the background, hopefully we can. Let's see how this goes. Might just have a wing mirror left in, which is not too bad. Yeah, close enough. Okay, darken it up, make it a little bit more dramatic. Push image up the highlights. Okay, yeah, nice, that'll work. Bit of exposure, bit of contrast. This photo really doesn't need much. We probably could just leave it as that, and that'd be good enough. Okay, what I do want to do is bring out some of the shadows of this foreground, so we get like, obviously the reflection, but we get like a double reflection, so it's like the car is actually, I know what I mean. Hopefully you know what I mean. The car is actually there in the reflection as well. That makes sense. Makes sense in my head. I know what I mean. Cool. That kind of works. Try and invert this. So solely working on that bit. Okay. See what I mean? So it's a reflection, but the... Yep, I know what I mean. I still can't explain it. Terrible. Yeah. Hopefully you can see what I meant visually, because I couldn't physically say it. Right, okay, let's make this car stand out. Really make that yellow pop. Don't want to take too much off because of the puddle reflection. I think that'll do. We'll invert that bad boy. Bit of exposure, bit of saturation. We'll play with the HSL and stuff in a minute, get that colour really dialed in. Yellow pop, make it a bit brighter. Greens, don't like greens, get rid of the green. Is there any other colours that is distracting? Maybe, is there any purple? Maybe purple? Yeah, we'll drag down the highlights a bit more. And then we can boost the exposure. Yeah, that's pretty much what I was going for. Car pops, distractions are gone. Lovely. Moving on. Okay, so this photo, the composition is incredible. Car, Stunning. Big fan of both of those. Submitted by Pnda Photography or Pnda Photography, one of the American brethrens. See what we can do with this. Get the exposure up, see what we're working with. Okay, nice. Take the highlights out. Put some highlights, take some highlights out, put some shadows. Put some highlights, take some highlights out, take some shadows out. Whites and blacks look good, not gonna mess them too much, not right now. Vibrance out, put saturation up. Try and darken and dull the building, bringing all the attention to the foreground, which is the car. Boost that green, boost that yellow in the car. And then don't think we really need to do much else, if I'm quite honest. Darken that building and stuff. Yeah, nice. I think that'll do. Invert that bad boy. Bit of exposure, bit of clarity. Open it a touch. Nice, nice. Hopefully we cropped it. Let's crop it 4x5. Don't want to lose too much of the railings though. I think that doesn't need much more, if I'm quite honest, for a nice little quick edit. Which one's that one? I think that is all she wrote. Got any more colours on that car actually? Hold tight. That's better. Take some of that shine off that paintwork. Yeah. Yes, the car stands out. The building behind it is desaturated, bringing all your attention to the foreground, which is the car. I think that's done. I think that's a-okay. Right, moving on to his last photo. So we have the last photo submitted by 26 Visuals, not to be confused with 25th Visuals or 27th Visuals. This is 26th Visual, recently transferred over to Sony from Canon as well. One of the boys now. Submit this highly underexposed Audi RS6 Avant, I believe. Oh, look at that, spotter. Yeah, let's see what we can do with this one. Exposure up, so we're working with straight away. It's massively underexposed. We'll throw a crop on it. We'll throw a crop on it. There's a lot of negative space, so we're going to crop it in a bit to the car. We'll try and level it out. Excuse me, a little bit. Okay, that's looking better. Okay, nice. So go shadows up, highlights down. Crush the blacks. I'm assuming it's a black car, maybe dark blue. Yeah, it's definitely black. Bit of contrast. Oh, some colour in that sky. Push the highlights. Maybe drop the mids. Don't really know much else what we can do with this photo without being absolutely stupid. It's not a lot of colours to work with. There's only the blue in the sky, which don't really want, so it doesn't really suit the rest of the image. Having a nice blue bright sky, maybe just a nice desaturated look, then that's what I'm probably going to go for. Yeah, I like that. Turn that sky down a bit actually. I'm happy with that. I don't think we can do much else with that, if I'm quite honest. There's not a lot else to do. Take some more of these blues out, get the blue out of the windscreen. Yeah. Oh, actually that white thing there is pissing me off. We'll get rid of that. Boom. Yeah, I think that's all she wrote on that one. So that's the editing portion of this video done. I'll quickly go over now the before and after of each photo so you can see the transformation. Let me know what you think of those edits in the comments below. Do you think I could have done things differently? Would you have done things differently? Or was there certain things I missed out on while I was editing those photos? Just to put those edits in perspective, that's the first time I've seen and edited those photos, and editing other people's photos is something I kind of struggle with, because when I'm out shooting, composing an image and dialing in my settings, I've already got a vision of what the final image will look like in my head. That's one of the reasons why I kind of struggle, because my vision and someone else's vision of a final image could be completely different. However, I had lots of fun doing this, editing your photos, and putting myself outside my comfort zone, which is nice to do from time to time. If you like this video and want to see more like it in the future, please smash that like button. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. With all that being said and done, I'll see you lot in the next one. Bye.